Hey guys, SpinoDude here, and today we are taking a look at another Safari Limited figure for the hashtag HowISafari campaign. So let's have our co-host Marvin bring it out. Thank you, Marvin. So today guys, we are finishing our look at some modern day dinosaur figures on the channel with this adorable little guy. It's the green parakeet. As always, thank you to Safari Limited for sending this model out. I cannot wait to take a closer look at it. So without further ado guys, let's dive into the review. Before we take a closer look at the figure, here are a few quick facts on the parakeet itself. Melopsidicus undulatus, also known as the budgerigar, budgie, or the common parakeet, is a small colorful parrot from Australia. They are popular pets across the world due to their small size and ability to mimic human speech. In the wild, budgies fly around in small flocks, which gradually join other flocks of budgies, forming super swarms of sometimes millions of parakeets. The males and females can be identified by the color of their cere around the nostril area. Mature males have a royal blue color, while females have a brown color, which intensifies during the mating season. So without further ado guys, let's start taking a closer look at this adorable little parrot. So here is the Safari Limited green parakeet, or budgie, or budgerigar, or melopsidicus, or whichever you'd like to call it. There's so many names and nicknames for this tiny little parrot, it's quite surprising. Now being a parakeet owner myself, this figure looks quite nice. It doesn't quite resemble a wild budgie in the color scheme, but there are many different mutations, as they are called, in which the birds have many different patterns and colors in captivity. The detail on this little figure is great. You can see all the feathers in the sculpt, which are done really nicely, and they make the figure look fluffy, and all the primary and secondary feathers in the wings are done very nicely, as well as the long tail feathers here. Here you can see the bird's feet, which consist of 2 digits on the front and back of each foot. This foot design helps the bird climb and grip onto branches and perches. Here's a closer look at the head on this parakeet figure. You can see the adorable huge black eye that is usually present in young budgies, so this figure might be intended to represent a juvenile. On the front of the face you can also see the beak and the cere with the nostrils there, as well as the cute fluffy cheeks that the birds get when they are content. The cere is not painted, which is unfortunate. It would have been really easy to do, but for some reason they just left it yellow there. Now for color comparison, what would be better than to have the actual animal? This is Petey, one of my 2 tame parakeets, who I have brought out to my review table to do a color comparison quickly. Petey has a completely natural color scheme which is identical to the budgies you'd find in the wilds in Australia. Comparing Petey to the figure here, if this little model was intended to be based off of a wild budgie, you can see there are a few things missing. For one, there is a black and yellow striping that goes down the back of Petey there, as you can see, which is not present on the figure. Petey also has blue tail feathers, as you can see, with iridescent purple markings on his cheek with some black spots. Safari's figure does have the brilliant green and yellow colors on the body and the head, but this figure could well represent one of the alternate domestic color schemes, for which there are many different patterns. For example, my other budgie, Pearl, is almost completely white with some gray and blue markings. So what do you think, Petey? Do you approve of this figure? I'll take that as a yes. Alright, so for my overall thoughts on this figure, I think it's nice. I would have liked if there was some more paint detailing on the sculpt, but being such a small figure, I think it looks pretty good. Most of all though, I would have liked to see at least the cere around the nostrils painted. But overall, I think it's a cute little piece for your collection. So good job Safari on making the budgie. So you're probably wondering just how big this figure is, so Marvin, bring out the ruler. Thank you, Marvin. Alright, we've got our trusty flexi ruler now, so let's give this budgie a measure. So in terms of the length from the tip of the tail feathers all the way to the tip of the beak, we are looking at about 3.5 inches, and in terms of the height at the highest point, which is the top of the head there, we are looking at almost 1.5 inches. For comparison, here is the Safari Limited green budgie next to the Safari Limited harpy eagle. If you want to see the review for this figure, link will be down below in the description. Although out of scale, these 2 modern day dinosaurs look nice with each other on display. I like both of their relaxed poses. Up next for comparison, here is the Safari Ltd green budgie next to the Safari Ltd Anhinga. If you want to see the review for this figure, link will be down below in the description. Again, this budgie would be much smaller than this water bird in real life, but I think the sculpts and poses complement each other nicely. And finally, for comparison, here is the Safari Ltd green parakeet next to the Safari Ltd cassowary. If you want to see the review for this figure, link will be down below in the description. These are two of my favorite modern day dinosaurs here, the adorable little budgie and the incredible cassowary, and these two models look quite nice next to each other. Well, there we go, guys. That was today's look at the Safari Ltd green parakeet. I think this little figure is quite nice. Although lacking in some areas with colors, it is still a super cute little figure for your collection, especially if you're a bird owner like me. I hope you guys have enjoyed our look at some modern day dinosaurs on the channel. We are getting back into prehistoric animals very soon for the #HawaiiSafari campaign, so make sure you stay tuned. So if you guys want to get this figure for yourself, head on over to www.safarilimited.com. Also be sure to check out their other awesome products while you're there. And if you guys want to learn more about the #HawaiiSafari campaign, go check out Safari's Facebook page and other social media. So anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel. Also leave a comment telling me what you think of this model. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Take care, and bye-bye.